So, hashtag Save Yokai Watch is trending on Twitter, and oh boy, this is a topic I've been meaning to talk about. Can you do more research, but screw it, let's strike while the iron's hot. Okay, so Level-5 is one heck of a company. They've produced a ton of wild, ambitious, and awesome games. I don't love them all, but I appreciate their effort. However, they have an incredible knack for creating smash hit series in Japan and then waiting years to release a tiny speck of them in the US. Yokai Watch is just one fantastic example. Yokai Watch 1 came out in Japan in 2013 and became a huge smash hit. Like, it was the Skylanders of Japan. I have a friend who was in the toy industry, and the actual Yokai watches with the little plastic discs were a huge deal in Japan, selling like crazy. But the game didn't get a US release until 2015. 2 years later. By that time, Yokai Watch 2 and Blasters were already out in Japan, so US players felt kinda screwed. Then Yokai Watch 2 gets a US release the following year, but by the time it released, Japan had already got the superior third version of Yokai Watch 2. So imagine getting Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire a year after Japan got Emerald. Yeah. Oh, and Yokai Watch 3 was already out in Japan as well by the time we got 2. Meanwhile, the brawlery spin-off Yokai Watch Blaster was released in America over 3 years after its original Japanese release. I'm sure there are many more examples, but I'm gonna be honest, I never played Yokai Watch, and a large part of that was because I saw how badly America was being screwed over with this series. Again, the Western releases were an absolute afterthought, and the game did not get the kind of push it needed to succeed here. I'd love it if an actual proper Yokai Watch fan recapped this whole debacle instead of this fraud right here, but I guess we're taking what you can get, right? That said, I was looking forward to finally giving the game a shot with the recent Nintendo Switch releases. Yeah, they ported Yokai Watch 1 to Switch, and then Yokai Watch 4 is made for Switch and PS4. Heck yeah, new Yokai Watch I can play on my TV and on the go? That I want to try. I'm in. Let's go. Oh, no US release. Oh, of course, because we can't stop screwing over the West. Mind you, according to Wikipedia, they expressed an interest in releasing the game in the States, but no one knows if it really will. And if it does, will we get the recent update Yokai Watch 4++ or just the vanilla version? Anyway, this is far from the first time Level-5 has done this. Let me tell you about Danball Senki, aka LBX Little Battlers Experience. Released back in 2011 on PSP, it was a custom mecha co-op action RPG thing that looked really cool. It would get a 3DS version in 2012 and a US release of the 3DS game in 2015. So, 4 years after the original Japanese PSP release, and 2 years after the series had completely ended in Japan. Yeah, Danball Senki was super popular for like 3 years and then dropped off. In that time period, 4 games were released, each building upon each other, and America gets just the first game 4 years later, and 2 years after the series ended? Good job, Level-5. Also, I question my math on that. I'm not good at counting years sometimes, okay? Oh, but I can't forget, when LBX released in America, the box art had a big ol' online play logo on it, and they stuck a little sticker on the shrink wrap informing people that this was a typo and there was no online play. I remember this because me and a long-distance friend were going to buy it and play it together, and then it turned out there was no online. Bit of an important detail there, geniuses! And then there's Snack World. Originally released in 2017 for 3DS, it was a bit of a multimedia franchise, and it would see a Switch port in 2018, which they would finally release in the US in 2020. Censored, too. Actually, the censoring is super weird. See, yeah, this is a kid's game, except the US release wound up with a T rating anyway, and they actually re-rendered the anime to censor it just for a US release, only for it to never be shown on US TV. Oh, Australia. It only aired in English, censored in Australia. You can watch it censored and dub only on Crunchyroll too. Delightful. Yeah, so that sounds like another fuck-up. At least that one has online play, but no offline single-system play. And cripes, I could rant for hours about how bad the custom characters look. They don't even fit the game's art style. I'm sure Level-5 has fucked up plenty of other times too, but this is legit impressive in its incompetence. That's 3 different big multimedia franchises that are huge hits in Japan, with the full anime, manga, and multiple game treatment, and all of them were completely bungled for their Western releases. Level 5 has shuttered their Western branch now, and seems to mostly be abandoning the Western market due to lack of interest, due to lack of not screwing us over. I've got my fingers crossed that we somehow get Yokai Watch 4, and if it gets a US release, I'm buying it, period. That's a promise. But yeah, Level 5 really needs a better Western branch that acts much faster. Like, sometimes it might be okay to skip the game from 3 years ago and give us the newest one. Heck, part of why they were wishy-washy on Yokai Watch 4 is because it references 2 or 3 Yokai Watch movies that haven't gotten English releases. Like, really? So we can't get the new game because you forgot to dub the anime movies? Level 5 does not understand priorities. That's the problem. Like, seriously, one of the other big US anime game publishers like Atlas or Xseed or maybe even, shudder to say, Nippon Ichi Software America should maybe pick up the slack for them. I don't know. Level 5 is kind of a mess. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been Game Babbled. See ya.